your phone so that I can see.
So you're live on YouTube too. You sure you should be? Oh yeah, there we go.
What's going on here?
I can get it next round because I'm still in my first round.
Perfect.
Thank you. Oh, which feed is this one here that I'm looking at? This one here.
Like on the screen? That's YouTube.
And the other one in the lab is what?
They're both the same thing, but they're going to Facebook and YouTube.
Which one do you recommend do I use? Which one is going? Oh, I want the one that's going to Facebook as well. That's Streamlabs.
No, it's already going to Facebook. It's the multi-stream thing. So they're both Streamlabs.
So which one is going to allow me to talk to people on Facebook if there's somebody pops up?
If somebody pops up in the chat, click OBS. Yeah, and then they should show up there. That's what was happening before.
Perfect. That's the one I want. Thank you. Huh?
Do you need my phone or you're good now?
I would like your phone so that I can just see IG. Actually, I don't need to. I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gone. Thank you, my love. Okay.
Daddy.
Yeah, baby.
I have it on Boardwalk, but I can't get it.
You haven't passed goals yet? That's unfortunate. Good evening. Welcome. So, busy day today. Had to run a couple errands, and I just wanted to occurred today. You know, so I had to go down to the law courts building this afternoon because I had some important paperwork that I had to process. I was in the process of trying to obtain a protection order for my family against my ex. Yeah. It's so very interesting because you can wage a campaign of terror against someone using law enforcement, the police, government services, CFS, whatever it is, to harass and terrorize and manipulate, and in some cases cost people their employment. You can do all that, and as long as you just stay inside of the law, you don't necessarily strictly break any laws, then there's no recourse for your victim. And so I went down and I tried to obtain this order today. And I knew that I had to go down. I'm not an advocate for anti-masking or pro-masking, anti-vaccine or pro-vaccine. I don't get caught up in any of those discussions anymore. I'm an advocate for God, and I'm an advocate for my family. However, I do have a medical condition that prevents me from being able to wear the mask, so I'm grateful for the medical exemption that it exists, even though it has been a continuous struggle throughout the last however many months to try to navigate this system. Because and it's so very interesting because just around Christmas time, actually, I had to go down to the hospital because and both of us have the exemptions for the masks, and neither one of us wore the masks. And it's so very interesting that I can go to the hospital and have my rights as a citizen upheld. However, I can't go to the law courts building without a hassle to obtain a protection order for my family. So so being that we're aware of this situation, because it's an uphill battle, we fight it every day, and we don't really go out much. We went out to the Forks last weekend, and prior to that, we went out to the Forks a couple weekends prior to that, and that was literally the first time in months that the children had left the compound. We live in a community, kind of, sort of, one way in, one way out, and that was literally the first time the children had left, because we don't really mess with anybody, you know. We just kind of do our own thing because we understand that people are afraid and upset and so on and so forth. So if we don't have to go out, we don't. So my wife made a point, God bless her, of calling ahead. She called 2 days ago. She called and said that my husband has to come down to file this paperwork. However, he has a medical condition that he cannot wear the mask. Are you able to? Was very dismayed with the amount of resistance I was actually sitting there. But for grace. Just a small amount of humanity. He saved my life in that moment. He left his post, said nothing to me. He walked past me and he went down to the other end of the counter and he grabbed a box of Kleenex. And he came and he gave them to me. He said, "Here you are, sir. Take as many or little as you like or need." Humanity. I was on the verge of collapse. And just a simple act of kindness. Just a simple act of kindness. Just a simple act of human decency. I implore you, you never know what somebody is going through. You never know what journey somebody is on. I implore you to just be kind. It costs us nothing to be kind. It costs us nothing to be kind to each other. It costs us nothing to be kind to ourselves. It is especially important. I stood there and, initially during the course of that panic attack, I was just in the grip of it. I don't know how I was feeling. I was just in it. And then as I started to come out after this gentleman's act of kindness, as I started to come out of it, I just felt so sad. I just had a feeling of overwhelming sadness. I felt I'm a human being. I shouldn't be treated like this. Nobody should be treated like this. And I understand that, I understand that people are scared. But it's not an excuse to be unkind. It's not an excuse to make people feel less than human. It costs us nothing to be kind. This gentleman, he didn't have to do what he did. But he threw me a life raft, and my God, if he didn't save my life in that moment. And when I came to myself and when I was able to compose myself, I just turned around and I looked at him and I said, "Thank you." I said, "You saved my life." I said, "You didn't have to." You didn't have to. I said, "Thank you for your humanity." I said, "Thank you for your humanity." I said, "God bless you. And thank you." And he said, he tried to thank me. I was falling. I was spiraling out of control. I didn't know I didn't know what was going to happen. And he just Just humanity. Just a little bit of humanity. So I get the whole point of this is just be kind, please. Just be kind. Be kind one to another. Be kind to ourselves. Be kind to each other. Learn to see ourselves. Learn to see each other the way God sees us, as limitless potential. And if we could just get back to a place where we can just learn to just have compassion for each other again. It's hard. It's hard because, I'm a dude. I'm not supposed to have these kinds of emotions, But I'm a human being first. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a child of God. And I hurt. And in the past, when I was unaware of my trauma and when I was unaware of the effects of trauma and what trauma could do to you, when I was hurting, I would act out because nobody wants to feel this way. So I would act out and I would either hurt myself or do foolish things or self-medicate, and that was, what it was like in the midst of my addiction and so on and so forth, and, and you act out. However, one of the things that I learned in healing is that you have to feel it. You have to sit with it, and you feel it. You identify it, and you feel it, and the thing is, you get to a place where you realize it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you because God is good. As long as you believe in a power greater than yourself, as long as you believe in something greater than yourself, and for me, that's God. It won't kill you. It'll only make you stronger.
Still my turn, John.
Yeah.